Hello everyone, and welcome to my The Bold and the Beautiful News official YouTube channel. I hope everyone is having a wonderful day. Before we begin, please hit the subscribers button and give this video a thumbs up. A storm brewing at Forrester Mansion. The shadows stretch long across the sprawling Forrester estate, and the echoes of past love affairs still haunt its elegant halls. But nothing could prepare Ridge Forrester for the earth-shattering betrayal he was about to uncover. Not from Brooke Logan, not from his rivals, but from the woman he thought had finally healed his heart. Taylor Hayes. When Ridge stumbles upon Taylor and Nick Marone's secret rendezvous, decades of tension, passion, and unfinished business explode into a drama-laced firestorm that will shake Los Angeles and the Forrester family to its core. And as Ridge's fury mounts, Brooke walks in on the fallout, Steffi spirals, and Deacon catches wind of something that could destroy everything. This is your full breakdown of the bold and the beautiful spoiler saga that's poised to redefine the triangle we thought was over. The night that changed everything. Taylor Hayes wasn't looking for trouble when she invited Nick Marone to meet her in secret. She wasn't chasing old ghosts or pining for past pleasures, or so she told herself. But when Nick, confident and ruggedly charismatic as ever, showed up at her private wellness retreat in Malibu, everything changed. "You look good, Doc," he smiled. "You never call me that anymore," she whispered, as a smile tugged at her lips. Their shared history, the trauma, the intimacy, the child they lost, hovered between them like electricity in the air. What started as coffee turned into wine. What started as closure turned into something far more dangerous. Ridge's suspicions ignite. Back at Forrester Creations, Ridge was restless. Something wasn't right. Taylor had been distant lately, distracted. When he tried calling her, it went straight to voicemail. Again. "She's probably just busy with clients," Brooke offered. But Ridge wasn't convinced. And when he saw a hotel receipt on Taylor's desk, one addressed to a name he hadn't heard in years, his world began to tilt. N. Marone. The initials lit his fury like a match. Brooke warns him. Too late. Brooke knew the signs. Ridge's clenched jaw. His sudden silence. The way he slammed the door on his way out. She chased after him, grabbing his arm. "Don't go over there angry." "I'm not angry," Ridge growled. "I'm betrayed." But Brooke knew better. She'd seen the fire in Ridge's eyes before, the same fire that lit when she had turned to Nick all those years ago. And now, it was Taylor's turn. "I'm just saying," Brooke warned, "what you think you saw." "I know what I saw." And with that, Ridge stormed out. The secret is revealed. The wind howled against the Malibu cliffs as Ridge pulled up to the retreat. The security guard tried to stop him, but the Forrester name still meant something. He burst through the doors. And what he saw shattered him. Taylor. In Nick's arms. Her hand on his chest. Their lips just a breath apart. "What the hell is this?" Nick stepped forward, trying to defuse the situation. "Ridge. Don't. You don't speak to me. Not after this. Not after her." Taylor's eyes widened. "Ridge, it's not what you think. Don't lie to me, Taylor. Not again. Not after everything we've been through. You said you were done with him." Brooke arrives to witness the carnage. As if fate wanted to pour gasoline on the fire, Brooke showed up moments later, having followed Ridge. She walked in just in time to hear Taylor plead. "It just happened." Brooke gasped. "Oh my God." Ridge turned to her, pain etched into every feature. "You knew, didn't you?" "No. No, I didn't. I swear." But in Ridge's eyes, it didn't matter anymore. Trust had been obliterated. Steffi's meltdown. When Steffi heard what happened, she didn't believe it. Her mother? With Nick? She confronted Taylor at the Cliff House. "You knew how Dad felt about him. How could you?" Taylor tried to explain. "It was one moment." "One moment is all it takes," Steffi snapped. "You've destroyed everything. Steffi, still reeling from Daphne's resignation and Hope's engagement drama, spiraled into a panic. She stormed out, heading to Il Giardino, where more drama awaited. Deacon overhears a bombshell. At Il Giardino, Deacon caught the tail end of a conversation between Steffi and a server. "I still can't believe Taylor was with Nick Marone. What is wrong with this family?" Deacon nearly dropped the tray of drinks he was carrying. Nick and Taylor? The implications were immediate and juicy. He sent a cryptic text to Brooke, "We need to talk about Taylor and Nick now." Carter warns Taylor, too late. Back at Forrester, Carter pulled Taylor aside. "Ridge isn't just angry. He's done, Taylor. He's saying things, making decisions, that can't be undone." Taylor's face went pale. "What kind of decisions?" "He's planning to sell his shares to Brooke." Taylor gasped. "No. He wouldn't." But Carter's silence was all the confirmation she needed. Ridge makes a move on Brooke. In a shocking turn, Ridge showed up at Brooke's house later that night. "I was wrong about everything," he whispered. "I see you clearly now." And before Brooke could speak, he kissed her. Was it genuine passion? Or a twisted revenge? Maybe both. Taylor breaks down. Alone at the retreat, Taylor clutched the framed photo of her, Ridge, and their kids. She dropped to the floor, sobbing uncontrollably. "I always lose him," she whispered. "No matter what I do. I always lose him to her." Epilogue: what happens next? Will Ridge reunite with Brooke for real? Will Nick confess deeper feelings for Taylor? Will Steffi blow up the entire family to save her parents' legacy? Will Deacon expose Taylor's betrayal in a bombshell press release? And what will happen when Thomas finds out? This is just the beginning of a Forrester family explosion that could unravel generations of love, lies, and legacy. Final teaser, next week on B&B. Brooke and Ridge go public, and Taylor walks in. Nick makes Taylor a proposal of his own. Hope learns the truth and wonders if she was just a second choice. Steffi threatens to fire Carter after a secret meeting with Daphne. Sheila Carter returns, and sides with Brooke? Bold and the beautiful Brooke's forgotten son Jack pops up in videotape chats June 20, 2025. Maggie Larkin. Brooke Logan. Bold and the beautiful reminded observers of Brooke Logan's forgotten son, Jack Marone, now that his father, Nick Marone, is back in city on the CBS cleaner. Jack is no way mentioned, but B&B couldn't put Nick and Brooke together for a converse without mentioning the son they had together. Well, kind of together, as Jack's birth involved three people, Brooke, Jack, and Taylor Hayes. Bold and the beautiful Brooke Logan and Nick Marone's forgotten son. Bold and the beautiful scene where Brooke Logan and Nick Marone talk about their son was a surprise to observers who are new to the cleaner. It was also a jolt back to the history for the stager suckers, who haven't heard or seen Jack in a long time. So, let's talk about Jack first, who should be in his 20s moment, but this is a cleaner, so if Bold and the beautiful ever brought him back, he could be any age. But it's not probably the cleaner plans to do that. Though it's likely that B&B just couldn't put these two parents together without at least a citation of the son they share. However, well, that would appear rather cold if they ignored him. Ridge Forrester reminded Taylor Hayes that Nick Marone was also part of her history, so she does have that in common with Brooke Logan. Taylor actually gave birth to Jack in a plot that had a crazy B&B twist to it. B&B Taylor Hayes gives birth. Jack Malone grows up in another bold and beautiful Brooke versus Taylor plot. Taylor Hayes gave birth to Nick's baby back in 2007. But it wasn't so simple, as the egg that was used was Brooke's, although she didn't know it at the time. So, technically, or rather, DNA specifies, Jack's natural mama is Brooke Logan. This happened due to an IVF foul-up. While Taylor did her stylish to try relating with the baby, she decided to let Nick and Brooke raise their natural son after the foul-up was discovered. The last time the bold and the beautiful observers got a look at Jack Malone was in 2010, 2011, when Havs Morgan and Frank Gingerich played that part. Nick, who's now a shipping Napoleon, gave a transitory history of their son, and now grown-up Jack. He told Brooke that Jack didn't take after his father, who has a love for the ocean. Rather, he takes after his mama, meaning Brooke, in the fashion design assiduity. Bold and the Beautiful Brooke's son at Forrester Creations International. Bold and the Beautiful observers now know Jack works for the Forrester family at their Paris position. Observers also learned that Brooke keeps in touch with Jack through videotape messaging. So, Bold and the Beautiful dropped a tidbit about Jack Malone into this week's occurrences. They really didn't have important of a choice. It would look rather cold if his parents, Brooke and Nick, didn't mention him at all. But Taylor and Steffi also mentioned that Nick and Brooke have a son together, so you get the communication that no bone on the screen forgot about him. But in the matter of a blink of an eye, we set about where their son is moment, what he was doing, and that he's still close to his parents, Brooke Logan and Nick Malone. Brooke said she videotaped dispatches their son frequently. But as no bone has yet played the part of an adult Jack on B&B, observers don't know what he looks like and presumably won't anytime soon. Unless, for some reason, B&B decides to find a youthful man for that part and put him on the screen. But don't hold your breath, as it presumably won't be. Or at least that's what the cleaner's patron said. A while back, Casey Kasperzik, Bold's supervising patron, teased that Jack would be substantiated on the cleaner, which they did this week. But he also said there were no plans to bring him onto the screen. So, it looks like this reference is each we get, as far as Jack is concerned, in the immediate future of the CBS cleaner. A son lost in soap time, Jack Marone returns. Sort of. In a jaw-dropping Bold and the Beautiful twist that fans never saw coming, the CBS soap dropped a major Easter egg this week, a video call reference to Jack Marone, Brooke Logan and Nick Marone's long-forgotten son. That's right. The same Jack who hasn't been seen since around 2011 has officially been acknowledged once more, and the fandom is losing it. But this isn't just a nostalgic callback. No, this is Brad Bell-level foreshadowing, a calculated breadcrumb that might just blow the doors open to a new generation of drama, especially if Jack is more than just a name in a Parisian cloud. Could B&B be planting seeds for Jack's full-scale return? And if so, who will play him, whose side will he take in the Logan Forrester feud, and what secrets might he be hiding? Let's unpack this buried treasure from top to bottom. The Forgotten Marone, a history lesson B&B fans needed. Longtime fans may recall the twisted origins of Jack Marone, a baby born out of love, deception, and a bizarre IVF mix-up that only a soap like The Bold and the Beautiful could concoct. In 2007, Taylor Hayes believed she was carrying her child with Nick Marone, only to discover after birth that the egg implanted was actually Brooke Logan's. Yes, Brooke. Her lifelong rival. Translation? Jack is genetically Brooke's child, but was carried and birthed by Taylor. The triangle became a square. The fallout was nuclear. Taylor tried to bond with Jack, but in a rare act of maturity and sacrifice, she handed him over to Nick and Brooke, realizing the child deserved to grow up with his biological parents, both of them. But life, and writing decisions, moved on. Jack faded from screens, unmentioned for years, as if he never existed. A video call from Paris shakes up the canon. Then, suddenly, June 20th, 2025 arrives. In a casual yet emotionally charged scene, Brooke and Nick reminisce about Jack. They reference his current career, his passion for fashion, which he gets from his mother, naturally, and his position with Forrester Creations International in Paris. Brooke even admits they stay in touch regularly via video chat. For newer viewers, this was a blink-and-you'll-miss-it revelation. But for diehard B&B loyalists? It was like watching a ghost come back to life. Where is Jack now, and what is he up to? Let's piece together what we now know. Jack Marone is currently in his early to mid-20s, chronologically speaking. He works in the fashion industry, specifically with Forrester International in Paris. He's not just some intern. His name carries Forrester prestige and Logan legacy, making him soap royalty. He stays in regular contact with Brooke Logan, his birth mother. Nick, his father, says he takes after Brooke, not him. Which means Fire. He's a designer, a Marone by name, a Logan by blood, and a Forrester by profession. That triple threat combo makes him a walking, talking power player in waiting. The emotional landscape, Brooke, Taylor, and Nick revisited. This revelation also stirs up old emotional terrain. Brooke, who had to let go of Jack for years, seems to be rekindling that maternal bond. Nick, back in town and sharing warm scenes with Brooke, is once again positioned between two powerful women, Brooke and Taylor. Taylor, the woman who gave birth to Jack but handed him back, still feels the scars. The emotional landmine is palpable. As Nick and Brooke chat about Jack, Taylor listens from the shadows, or worse, pretends it doesn't sting. But it does sting. And what's more, it threatens to reawaken the old war between Brooke and Taylor, this time, with Jack as the battlefield. Why now? Why Jack? What's BNB really up to? You don't just name-drop a forgotten child and give him a glamorous job in Paris for no reason. Theories are already flying. Is Jack returning as the new heir to Forrester's throne? Imagine a designer with Logan instincts and Forrester training. What could go wrong? Will Jack return to face his mothers? A confrontation with Taylor and Brooke could be explosive. What if Jack is hiding secrets of his own? A romance with someone like Luna? A corporate power grab? Hidden resentment for being abandoned? Is Jack already being cast? Though supervising producer Casey Kasperzak claims there are no plans to bring Jack on screen, fans aren't buying it. Let's be honest. If B&B is referencing him now, it's because something is already in motion. Fan reaction, social media meltdown. As soon as the episode aired, #JackMarone trended across platforms. Speech balloon. Wait, Brooke has a son named Jack? At Newbie Soap Fan. Speech balloon. They really just dropped Jack Marone's name like we wouldn't notice. Eyes. He's coming back. I feel it. At Bold Obsessed. Speech balloon. Paris? Fashion? Logan DNA? Sounds like trouble to me. At Drama Queen B&B. Speech balloon. They better not make him Hope's love interest. I swear to God. At Liam Still Sucks. Clearly, fans are buzzing. They want a casting. They want a storyline. They want drama. If Jack returns, who should play him? Let's play soap fantasy casting. If Jack were to reappear tomorrow, who would play him? Here are some wild suggestions from the fanbase. Lucas Adams, Days of Our Lives, young, brooding, and dramatic. Michael Evans Bailing, all-American, charismatic and complex. Tanner Stein, General Hospital, youthful but strong-willed. Joshua Bassett, for a Gen Z twist with Disney crossover appeal. Whoever gets the role would have to hold their own against Brooke, Taylor, Ridge, Steffi, Hope, and Nick. No small feat. Brooke's legacy, Jack versus Hope? One of the most delicious possibilities? A rivalry between Jack and his half-sister, Hope Logan. They share a mother but very different worldviews. Hope equals compassion, innocence, and morality. Jack equals ambition, secrecy, and a Parisian edge. Could he arrive at Forrester and challenge Hope's leadership? Or worse, fall for her rival? Fans speculate he might return with a romantic connection to Luna, or possibly Elektra, igniting chaos in the Forrester family tree. Nick's agenda. Why is he really back? Nick Marone didn't just pop in to say hello. His visit may be short, but it's full of intent. Especially now that he's talking about Brooke. He's reminding people about Jack. He's throwing shade at Ridge. Is he here to reclaim Brooke? To reconnect with Jack? To launch Marone shipping into a Forrester rival company? Don't count him out. What happens next? Theories, twists, and future fallout. Here's what fans are theorizing for the next 6 months. Jack is recast and returns for Fashion Week. He clashes with Ridge over Brooke's future. Jack and Hope feud over Forrester leadership. Taylor and Brooke face a maternal reckoning. Jack starts dating someone from Sheila's bloodline, chaos. With one quiet reference, Bold and the Beautiful just set off a chain reaction that could define the next decade of the soap. Epilogue: Don't forget Jack again. Or else. Whether or not the soap plans to bring Jack back on screen, the fans have spoken. Jack Marone is part of this universe. And now that his name is on everyone's lips again, B&B better deliver more than just video calls. We've waited long enough.